Letter 425 by Charles Lamb. 28th of Aug, 1827. I have left a place for a wafer, but can't find it again. Dear B, I am thankful to you for your ready compliance with my wishes. Emma is delighted with your verses, to which I have appended this notice. The sixth line refers to the child of a dear friend of the author's, named Emma, without which it must be obscure, and have sent it with 4 album poems of my own, your daughters, with your heading, requesting it a place next mine to a Mr. Fraser, who is to be editor of a more superb pocketbook than has yet appeared by far. The property of some wealthy booksellers, but whom, or what its name, I forgot to ask. It is actually to have in it schoolboy exercises by his present Majesty and the late Duke of York, so Lucy will come to court. How she will be stared at. Wordsworth is named as a contributor. Fraser, whom I have slightly seen, is editor of a forthcome or coming review of foreign books, and is intimately connected with Lockhart. And see, so I take it that this is a concern of Murray's. Walter Scott also contributes mainly. I have stood off a long time from these annuals, which are ostentatious trumpery, but could not withstand the request of Jameson, a particular friend of mine and Coleridge. I shall hate myself in frippery, strutting along, and vying finery with beaux and belles. With future Lord Byrons and sweet Ellie else. Your taste, I see, is less simple than mine, which the difference of our persuasions has doubtless affected. In fact, of late you have so Frenchified your style, larding it with hors de combats, and eau de sapoirs, that my conscience, the Foxian blood is quite dried out of you, and the skipping Monsieur spirit has been infused. Doth Lucy go to balls? I must remodel my lines, which I write for her. I hope Ike keeps to her primitives. If you have anything you'd like to send further, I don't know Fraser's address, but I sent mine through Mr. Jameson, 19 or 90 Chain Street, Tottenham Court Road. I dare say an honorable place would be given to them, but I have not heard from Fraser since I sent mine, nor shall probably again, and therefore I do not solicit it as from him. Yesterday I sent off my tragi-comedy to Mr. Kemble. Wish it luck. I made it all 'tis blank verse, and I think, of the true old dramatic cut, or most of it, in the green lanes about Enfield, where I am and mean to remain, in spite of your peremptory doubts on that head. Your refusal to lend your poetical sanction to my icon, and your reasons to Evans, are most sensible. Maybe I may hit on a line or two of my own jocular, maybe not. Do you never Londonize again? I should like to talk over old poetry with you, of which I have much, and you I think little. Do your Drummonds allow no holidays? I would willingly come and work for you a 3 weeks or so to let you loose. Would I could sell or give you some of my leisure. Positively, the best thing a man can have to do is nothing, and next to that perhaps, good works. I am but poorlyish and feel myself writing a dull letter. Poorlyish from company not generally, for I never was better nor took more walks, 14 miles a day on an average, with a sporting dog. You would not know the plain poet, any more than he doth recognize James Naylor tricked out o' deserpe. How do you spell it? En passant, J aim entendre de mon bon homme sur surveillance de croix, ma pas el homme figuratif. Do you understand me? The verses with which Emma was delighted were probably written for her album. I have not seen them. That album was cut up for the value of its autographs and exists now only in a mutilated state, where I cannot discover. The pocketbook was the Bijou, 1828, edited by William Fraser for Pickering. Only one of Lamb's contributions was included, his verses for his own album, C. Vol, Roman 4, of this edition. Jameson was Robert Jameson, to whom Hartley Coleridge addressed the sonnets in the London Magazine to which Lamb alludes in a previous letter. He was the husband of Mrs. Jameson, author of Sacred and Legendary Art, but the marriage was not happy. He lived in Cheney Street. Future Lord Byrons and sweet Ellie else. A line from some verses written by Lamb in more than one album, probably originally intended for Emma Isola's album. The passage runs, answering the question, what is an album? 'Tis a book kept by modern young ladies for show, of which their plain grandmothers nothing did know. 'Tis a medley of scraps, fine verse and fine prose, and some things not very like either, God knows. The soft first effusions of beaux and of belles, of future Lord Byrons and sweet Ellie else. Ellie L was, of course, the unhappy Letitia Landon, a famous contributor to the published albums. My tragi-comedy, still The Wife's Trial. Kemble was Charles Kemble, manager of Covent Garden Theatre. The play was never acted. Your refusal to lend your poetical sanction. This is not clear, but I think the meaning to be deducible. The icon was Pullham's etching of Lamb. Evans was William Evans, who had Grangerized Byron's English bards and Scotch reviewers. I take it that he was now making another collection of portraits of poets, and was asking other poets, their friends, to write verses upon them. In this way, he had applied through Lamb to Barton for verses on Pullham's Elia and had been refused. This is, of course, only conjecture. Your Drummonds, your bankers. Barton's bankers were the Alexanders, a Quaker firm. James Naylor. Barton had paraphrased Naylor's testimony. Following this letter, under the date August 29, 1827, should come a letter from Lamb to Robert Jameson, husband of Mrs. Jameson, asking him to interest himself in Miss Isola's career. Our friend Coleridge will bear witness to the very excellent manner in which she read to him some of the most difficult passages in the Paradise Lost.